Welcome back. Well, we continue with our coverage in the search and recovery efforts following the deadly Eastern Cape floods, which have left a trail of destruction. To give us an update on mop-up operations and certainly search and rescue operations as well, I am joined by Mr. Zolile Williams, the Eastern Cape Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC. MEC, a good evening to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. The hardest part, I think, of watching what is unfolded in the Eastern Cape is just how quickly the numbers do move when we start counting those that have perished. At last of our reporting, there were 88 that had lost their lives. Any updates where that is concerned, MEC?
Lady, good evening to the viewers. Yes, the official figure of the people who have perished is 88, and that's the number we're talking about, Naledi. Any other number, we must really not believe it unless and until we issue an official figure from the Premier's office.
Yeah, and then of course there's the work of then needing to have these bodies identified. Talk to me about the updates on how that is moving, the updates that you are receiving, MEC.
Yes, we must appreciate, Nali, the efforts of our specialists who have worked tirelessly to ensure that postmortems are completed on time, and the Minister of Health was saying it was a record that within a period of 2-3 days, the postmortems were completed. And we appreciate the efforts of those workers of our government. Postmortems are complete, and about 56 bodies have already been released to the families because the families have claimed them. And we're continuing then to encourage others to be claimed by a relevant family. And we're also providing psychosocial support because it's a difficult time for the Eastern Cape, especially, and the people of Mthatha particularly. And we're continuing also with relief efforts where we're still providing hot meals to those communities. We're also ensuring that clothing is provided to them, and health services are provided, and also attending to the infrastructure in terms of basic services. And all that has now been restored, and electricity. All major roads that were also affected, we've now reopened them. And we would also want to acknowledge the support of the partners in disasters, like your Gift of the Givers, Alimdak Foundation. We're also joined by the Sons of Our Province, the Tusilem Thinga, Black Coffee Foundation, and Mist South Africa. All those have come in to support our communities during this difficult time. And as the provincial government would want to really appreciate that, many others are contributing to this effort, and we really appreciate such good hearts and generosity from those people. And our Premier has determined that the 19th is going to be a provincial day of mourning because of the profound pain that the people have suffered. And the Premier has actually indicated that all non-essential services will be postponed, and only essential services will be delivered to the communities, and everyone in our province must be mourning from the time we'll be beginning with the memorial service of those communities. And we wish everyone in the country to put our province and the people of Dikolini in prayers during this difficult time.
Yeah, just quickly, if we talk about, you say the 19th of June declared the Provincial Day of Mourning, all non-essentials postponed. So just clarify that for us, if you will, MEC. What exactly does that mean? So what do you consider non-essentials?
Many of other services, especially of government, we're feeling that those that can be postponed should be postponed. Events particularly, if there are events, meetings or conferences, we feel that those are not essential, they must be postponed and only focus on essential meetings, like your job meeting should be the one that would continue, or planning for the funeral of those communities. So we're saying we don't want to disrespect the day that the Premier has given for the whole province and the people of the province to honor the passing of these people in this disastrous and catastrophic event.
Okay. One contentious issue certainly has come up, and that being whether or not sluice gates were opened or not. That, of course, some of that, contentious issue regarding the Mthatha Dam. Give us the clarity on whether or not that being the reason why we did see such heavy overflooding, and are there challenges of a drainage system that, we can take out of this and make it a lesson for the future?
Well, Naledi, I must really hasten to indicate that it will be grossly immoral for us as the provincial government to even begin to deceive the public about whether the Mthatha Dam contributed or not to the floods that were experienced by those communities on those 2 fateful days. What I must indicate is that there are populists, lumpens, and scums of society that would like to occupy high level of attention by derailing us from mourning and respecting those that have passed on in this disaster. I think the Department of Water Affairs and ourselves as the provincial government, we are open to scrutiny in this respect, and that I must say without any fear of contradiction. We are open to scrutiny so that whoever thinks that there is something funny that may have happened must investigate and come up with a report. But here are my facts in this regard.
Right.
First, the dam does not have sluice gates. Sluice gates are those gates that assist us during flooding when the dam has accepted excess capacity of water due to floods. You then open the sluice gates manually, and then a bulk of water and high magnitude of water will be gushing out of the dam because you have opened the sluice gate. That's one analogy that you have. The second one is that other dams are designed to have a spillway. A spillway, Naledi, is like a water outlet in your sink. I want to try and simplify this for you.
Right.
In a sink, there are 2 outlets. There's an outlet on the bottom which you close in order to collect water. And there's a second outlet on top which allows water not to overflood the sink, but to consistently get out. If any excess water comes in, that water will be gushing out because of the access of that outlet on top of the sink. I think you can imagine now what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, a spillway is similar to that outlet, Nali. Because what happens is that as the dam receives excess water, the dam releases that water through the spillway. So there's no possibility that a high magnitude of water would at the same time accumulate similar to a dam that has got a sluice gate.
Okay. Okay.
So that dam has got that design. But I would not want the communities to believe what I'm saying, but the design of the dam indicates to us that excess water is consistently released by the dam such that the dam will not have bulk water at the same time, similar to a sluice gate.
Okay.
Now, let me talk about the magnitude of the water flowing from tributaries that connect towards the Mthatha Dam. If you're going to Mthatha, the bridge Naledi, where the Iveco bus was ferrying pupils, the bridge is not a low-lying bridge, is a high-lying bridge. But the magnitude of the water from the broader catchment, not only from Mthatha this time, the broader catchment received water in that area.
Okay.
So the level of water passing through the bridge was actually about 1 to 1.8 meters on top of the bridge.
Sure.
That's why the taxi or the Iveco 22-seater gets washed away 4 to 4.5 kilometers down the river towards the village that is affected.
And unfortunately,
and
MEC...
you could imagine that level of water then, Nali, you could make deductions that not unless something grossly funny has happened, because the theory that water may have come back,
MEC, I'm out of time.
That makes scientific sense.
I know. I'm following you. Thank you so much, MEC. I need to squeeze one more in, but I've got 30 seconds for this. Are we at this point able to decipher the cost and the extent of the damage, or have we not gotten to that point yet, MEC?
Well, almost then, Ali, we're busy finalizing the assessments, and once that process is complete, we will then be able to indicate the cost of the damage. There are figures we have, but we wouldn't want to indicate them for now because we want to get to the finer details. You know, the fiscal is in trouble, so we wouldn't want to make unnecessary wrong guesstimates, which will actually delay us being assisted quickly by Treasury and National COCTA in order to be able to come closer to those communities.
I thank you so much for that, and we do appreciate it. MEC there for COCTA in the Eastern Cape, Mr. Zolile Williams, updating us on the situation, of course, saying that officially, according to COCTA, the death toll now sitting at 88, and that, of course, the 19th of June declared the Provincial Day of Mourning. You're still watching news at Prime. When we come back, we'll be checking in on your sports news with Khotso Sendo. Stay with us.